What's happening, everyone? My name is Max, and I am a communication skills coach. What I do on this channel is I look at all different types of people's communication skills and I give you my thoughts. This will be my second video on the Queen Charlotte cast, but my first video on just India and Corey here. I look forward to this. Like I said, really enjoyed their chemistry. They seemed super comfortable with one another. I actually think I said they seem like they are on their own island together. Wow, that was difficult to say. So let's get right into this one.
Hello, I'm India Amatifio.
And I'm Corey Milcreast.
And we are from Queen Charlotte Bridgerton story, and Pop Buzz have asked us to interview each other. Here we go.
I commented on this before, but I love how comfortable India seems on camera. She's just so, it feels like natural and so herself. I used the word expressive before. It doesn't feel like she's holding back in any way. It really feels like you can almost just sense her entire personality come through the screen. I mean, Corey's no, slouch either. Right? He presents as quite confident as well, but India really pops off the screen for me.
What were your first impressions of me, Corey?
They were clouded by my first impressions of the other man who could have played
Here we go.
George, who was Prince Charming embodied. He was about 6'4".
He was.
Chiseled jaw.
He was.
Pearly blue eyes. Should I ask you as well? Yeah,
Please.
what?
Interest. Oh, he's getting a little flustered here.
Yeah, what?
He kind of avoided that question. Anyone else feel that as well? Corey had a chance to sort of compliment India there, and he didn't say it directly.
They were clouded by my first impressions of the other man who could have played
Here we go.
George.
And I don't know if they have that type of a relationship where they openly compliment each other. From what I've seen and from what I can tell, a lot of their flirting and a lot of their playing comes from kind of making fun of each other, especially India toward Corey. I think Corey kind of sets her up in a way that he can easily be made fun of. Corey does something dumb or ridiculous, usually intentionally, in order to get a reaction out of India, because that's this, like I said before, this game that they seem to be playing, right? It's built into their dynamic.
And then I tried to get to know you, quickly.
Yeah. How does that go?
Failed.
Really terribly.
Yeah. Wasn't good. Embarrassed myself.
Now, I will say this. I did see some TikToks on Corey and India. Someone tagged me in a TikTok that someone made of one of my YouTube video edits. From what I saw, I think someone or some people were mentioning that Corey might have a girlfriend. Perhaps if he's too directly complimentary of India on camera, it could be a little bit of a bad look, because I'm sure they're aware that people can see their chemistry and see how well they get along. So maybe there's certain boundaries where, Corey might not directly give her a positive message or a compliment.
My first impressions of Corey M were pleasant. Thought you seemed prepared. Yes, and then we went and did the chemistry read and I realised it was all a lie.
Yeah.
You were wearing a trench coat.
I was wearing a
dark trench coat and an earring.
I was, yeah.
And
a
you had
head.
no hair.
Yeah.
So I would say that was more neutral than positive or negative. It was more just she kind of stuck to the facts, right?
You were wearing a trench coat.
I was wearing a
dark trench coat and an earring.
I was, yeah.
And
a
you had no hair.
They know firsthand the type of chemistry they have, right? They know that they have a close dynamic. So people who really feel that and know that often don't feel the need to have to prove it or express it. We don't need to kind of lay it on in this overt, positive, complimentary way. I think that's potentially part of what we're seeing here as well.
That's the guy. Do you want to ask me another question, maybe?
Please, thank you so much.
It's all right.
The iconic Bridgerton violin covers. Okay. Okay, the iconic Bridgerton violin covers are back. What song?
Yeah, she likes when Corey messes up.
The iconic Bridgerton violin covers. Okay.
First of all, that humanizes him, because I think Corey's just naturally a very charming, kind of charismatic, flirty guy. I think it gives India an opportunity to kind of let her wall down a little bit and laugh at him. And I think she's endeared by his blunders. I think she actually is charmed when he messes up. And I think with a guy like Corey, especially, who's super smooth, when he kind of messes up, it humanizes him. It makes him feel more relatable. And I think that's what we're seeing here with India and Corey too.
My milkshakes bring all the boys to the
Your
yard.
milkshake?
Yeah.
Really?
I remember at
Really?
school we had to do a dance competition. We all had to dress up as different characters.
Yes.
And mine was, my last name is Milkriest.
Yes,
People used
it
to
is.
call me Milkman.
Yeah.
So mine was Corey the Milkman Milkriest.
Yep.
And my milkshakes bring all the boys to
To
the
the
yard.
yard.
Like she's on him, right? Like when he's answering his questions, you can hear her saying, yep, Like she's watching him closely when he speaks.
My last name is Milkriest.
Yes,
People used
it
to
is.
call me Milkman.
Yeah.
I think part of it is she's watching to see if he kind of messes up, if he slips. You know, Corey gives her that. Like Corey gives her that space to tease. Corey's comfortable with being made fun of, and she really enjoys doing it. So it's sort of a win-win in that sense. That's a big part of their dynamic and why we see that palpable chemistry. Although she's making fun of him and teasing him, that's still a sign of affection. That's still a sign of attention, right? She's giving him a lot of attention. It might not be in like the regular way where someone's like doting you with love and praise, but it's still attention. It's still affection. It's just shown a little bit differently in this playful manner.
You guys would-
Artistic?
Yes, exactly. So he could bring that to where you lack and
Yeah.
stuff. So, you know, you'd be brilliant together.
Thanks.
The conversation would fly.
Thank you. Thanks. Did you get any advice from the main Bridgerton cast before filming? I did, actually. From Golda, who just said, have fun and enjoy your ride, the ride.
Enjoy your ride.
Enjoy, yeah.
Enjoy your ride.
Yeah.
So, okay, Corey giving it to her there a little, right? So Corey's listening to her very carefully. He'll switch in and out of like being very sort of supportive and attentive and complimentary. And sometimes you'll see him, it feels like, kind of throwing a joke as well. So he's good at sort of managing the two. And I think he's very sort of aware of India's emotions. I think he's very in tune with her emotionally.
Enjoy your ride, the ride.
Enjoy your ride.
Enjoy, yeah.
Enjoy your ride.
Yeah.
I like that little flirtatious moment there too. See, if we want to be better at flirting, then it's important to listen carefully, because then you can pick up on the person who's speaking's little blunders. As long as it's not malicious, it's said in good fun, and you're not doing it constantly, I think a healthy dose of flirting can enhance the rapport within a relationship and enhance that sort of game playing that we're seeing.
I did try to steal a palace. Didn't work out, unfortunately. But I did actually end up taking like a placard that was on a box that I got to sit in with my name, well, not my name, Young Queen Charlotte engraved. What about you?
You saying that you wanted to steal a palace reminds me, when this is really random, but when I was 5, my dad told me that we were moving house.
It's great. Waiting on an opportunity where she can kind of tease him and be like, oh, you're so boring. Come on again. Her facial expressions are hilarious. Like, she says a lot just by watching her actual facial expressions. Like, her humor is very facial. Is that a thing? Humor being facial? It's very facial.
And I, hang on.
Sorry,
hang
I
on.
just-
And I always thought that, like, I was like, when are the men getting here? Because I thought they would have to pick up the house and move the
That's
house.
really cute.
So you saying I wanted to steal a
Yeah.
palace made me think of just people just picking up a palace.
Oh, that's interesting, actually. You know, so she was acting kind of a little bored when Corey was going into that story, but I think Corey signaled to her, hey, this is actually something that's kind of important to me. This is like a story I think you'll enjoy. Like, hey, I want you to hear this. This is somewhat important to me, and I want you to hear it. And she respected that. She responded and kind of sat up straight and gave Corey like sincere attention in that moment and acknowledged the story in a kind way, right? She kind of validated the story. I was saying Corey seems to be quite in tune with India's emotions. I think that was actually an example of India being in tune and being respectful of Corey's emotions as well.
And finally, gentle reader.
Yes.
Not a question.
Go on.
Compliment each other.
No, thank you.
Okay, that's a good little segment. That's a good little segment there. She's a firecracker, huh? She's a firecracker.
Compliment each other.
No, thank you.
Love her.
No, you're quite funny.
Quite.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you can laugh with you. You can also laugh at you.
Thank you. You are a right all-round guy. A solid guy.
Solid bloke.
Solid bloke. He's decent. He's decent.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sitting down with me, India.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You're quite funny. You know, he wasn't laying on the praise, maybe because he knew he probably wouldn't receive it back. But again, you know, there's optics involved here, right? I think they're probably aware of all the, you know, the media, social media, thousands and thousands of people questioning the relationship. And again, it's like almost kind of weird, it feels like, for them to just give each other that praise. Because so much of their chemistry comes from this playfulness, it would feel weird if she just gave like a straight on positive compliment. It's like, it's almost too much in a way. The banter is so built into their dynamic, it's so built into their relationship that just this like overt praise, it just doesn't fit in. They're comfortable in this sort of good mix of making fun of each other and teasing with a little bit of compliments here and there, you know? But that's where their comfort level is, and that's where, you know, that chemistry resides. And
thank you for sitting down with me, India.
And for sitting down with me and answering these questions.
Well, I wouldn't have done anything else with my Thursday.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you to you.
And thank you, Pop Buzz.
Thank you, Pop Buzz.
For watching.
Of course, if you like this video.
but even there, right? India at the end there. So it's like, well, thank you for sitting down with me.
Thank you for sitting down with me, India.
And for sitting down with me and answering these questions.
Right, so that was sincere. So they are nice to each other, and we've seen that in this interview. We definitely see them being nice to each other. But again, it's sprinkled in there.
You should definitely subscribe to Pop Buzz.
Thanks,
Amazing.
guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. That was really fun.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope I'm not feeding into the drama too much over here. But I hope you enjoyed that. And as always, if you want to watch my uncut reaction and analysis, all you need to do is go to my Patreon page. My name is Max. I will catch you soon. Peace.